You are the sum total of the people you surround yourself with. Be smart with who's in your circle. Hey guys, today we're talking about the importance of having good people in your circle because I think I've done so much reflecting on how this summer has gone, and by far my favorite summer I've lived through because I became more social with the people that I love and the people that love me back. I think when I compare last summer to this summer, I've done so much more, and I've also leaned into spontaneity, but that's like a whole other topic. But I do think it wouldn't have been the same if it wasn't for the people that were around me during these decisions and what I was doing, where I was traveling to. It didn't matter if it was just my family who I love and hold very close to me, or if it's people I haven't seen in years. And every single time it's the same click of, wow, I do love these people and I'm so lucky to have these people in my life. I didn't always feel that way. I feel like I was around people all the time, but it wasn't people that I held close. And it was more so just people that by default they were just there. And I mean that definitely when it comes to being a college athlete, not to tie it back again, but you have a full team of people who some of these people you never talk to again and you kind of plan to not talk to again. And a lot of the people that I've met through softball, I still talk to and I love. That is one great thing about being a former athlete was that you just automatically had friends. But I do think that it took me graduating to realize these were great people that I was always around. And for the most part at least. And so like this weekend I had a wedding with my the people I played with when I was a freshman in college. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I miss everybody." This is a wonderful experience for me because I get to be around everybody that I've loved and they know me so well and it just never left. It's like we saw each other picked up and kept going with conversating. And a lot of people relate to that when it comes to good friends. And I have my best friend Maya who we've known each other since junior year of high school, and I'm so grateful to have someone like that because I see her every single time I come home and it's a great thing. I love her so much, but I do just love so many people in my life, and it's kind of like a tribute to how long it took for me to realize that, or not even realize, just pick who I wanted to be around and proceed with that decision, not just be around people to be around people. There's a difference. So we'll go through why it's important to have a good circle, but then also it's, you know, comfort to you that it's hard to make friends and that's okay, and ways to put yourself out there and things like that. I think it's very hard, especially as an adult. So for starters, why is it important to have a good circle? Well, if you're around people who give you energy, that's obviously going to help you flourish versus when you are around people who are energy vampires, then yeah, they're going to drain you and make you feel like you can't do what you want to do. And I've been around both, honestly. I've tried to fit in with people because I thought they would be good friends and ends up they're not. And it's like, why was I even trying with that? It's a disappointment every single time. And I feel like I'm tired every time I leave their house or place, whatever it is. And then, nowadays, I'm like, okay, I go in with the intention of, are these people am I just saying yes to say yes again? And I'm trying to be more of a yes person instead of a no because I feel like living experiences is important to me right now. But I think being super cautious about who you're with is just something that's part of adulthood. You don't have to say yes all the time. And you have the opportunity to find more ways to be around the people that you love because you're an adult and you don't have you know, much to hold you back unless you're pretty locked in, then yeah, you do. But for me, I'm a single person who lives on her own. I don't have anything really to hold me down, so I'm like, well, if somebody asks me to hang out, I'll go because I want to be around people. And so yeah, and as an extrovert it is kind of different, but I do love my alone time. So there is like a tear apart because I'm like, well, do I want to be alone today? Like, I know for me, like I'm planning a weekend of nothing. Like I really don't want to see anybody. I just want to be alone because I've had a lot of social time. And I'm like, you know what? We're gonna need a weekend to just not plan anything. I have like a few movies I want to watch. That's it. And so like there is a balance of that, but like I do think that it is very important to pick the people that make you feel good because there's nobody forcing you to be around people that make you feel like shit all the time. Like it's fully in your control to be around people that you love versus people that maybe don't love you as much as you love them. Because at that point, you're just doing it to yourself. You know better and you're doing it to yourself. So why would you keep doing it to yourself? You know, like, and it's crazy to be, I'm 24 and I've realized that a lot sooner than some people, I'd say. But then also, there's a few people who I know in my life that are younger and they know better. And it's like, mad respect for that because, like, you're not forcing yourself to be put in like a group setting of like people you don't like, you know, like you have boundaries and that's really good. And I feel like I've learned that throughout college of like, you know, like we're it's a very social thing to be an athlete because you're practicing with the same people every day. So like I needed a lot of alone time. Like now that I'm an adult, I'm like I don't really need too much. Like I need mine, but like I could always schedule it in. You know, like it's just kind of part of life is growing up and realizing like, you know what, I could go out. Like I could hang out with these people. I could go to dinner with these people. You know, like so it is kind of funny, but the importance of being around people that you love and they love you is because you want a good support system. Like everybody wants a good support system. So finding that more important than just taking care of yourself, honestly. Like I definitely am a self-care person who like I need to like, you know, do that. I have a routine to care for myself. But I don't think people account enough to who they're around. And with that, you should definitely do like an audit. And it sounds crazy because you're giving people ratings or like kind of defining whether or not their energy gives or takes away from you. But doing an audit about the people that are around you all the time is very important because then you can be like, well, I should avoid hanging out with this person. I should find more reasons to be with this person. And like it's a cool thing to lay it out. Like I would admit that like I've wrote plenty of names down and I'm like, oh, I need to hang out with this person. So then I'll reach out or like, you know, it's if I haven't, then probably was on the negative scale. But like that's okay, I guess. Um, but I do think like it is very important to make sure that you are just paying attention to how your energy is when you're around people because that's a really big tell of whether or not these people are good or bad for you. I'm not much for an advice person when it comes to making friends because it's still something I'm working on. And when I say I'm around the people I love, I mean I've already met and known them. So I would say that these are people of my past. And but will I say I've been trying? Yes. Like I go to the Young Professionals Network. I'm a part of that, and so I'll go network there, but really I'm just like, I wonder who can be my friend. Like I've made a few friends from that, and that's been fun. Like being able to have friends I can get coffee with or, you know, things like that. So it's been a fun journey there. I think just joining random events. Like I went to this like mental health conference thing that they had. It was like free and I was like, yeah, it's down the road from where I work. I'll like leave a little early, go to this thing. And I saw a few people I knew and met some people. Like it was fun. Like I really enjoyed it. But I think like as an adult really try you have to like force yourself to get, especially if you don't have roommates, like you have to force yourself to make friends. And it's easier I think because then you can kind of, I don't know, like they don't know much about your past. So like I like to introduce myself as not a softball player. Like that's something that can happen in conversation, but like I wouldn't introduce myself as like, hey, I played softball in college. Like I'm more than that now. So like it is a little bit more fun, especially if you were an athlete, because then you can be like, oh, this is my personality. Like, this is who I am. And then you can maybe sprinkle in there, like, oh, yeah, when I played college softball, like, because you'll have stories, obviously. And so it's like, I think I like that, like defining who you are before people define that for you. And so, like, that's been a really fun part of making new friends. But yeah, I do think that making friends is pretty hard in like post grad, but I mean, it's worth it. Like, I think if you're even like an introvert, I feel like a lot of extroverts like gravitate to introverts. So if you were to put yourself out there, like even taking yourself on a coffee date, like I feel like coffee dates are really easy because I've run into so many people and I've made like new connections through coffee. And so like I'll do that every once in a while. Like I'll probably do that this weekend. And yeah, like I'd met some guy named Johnny last time, and it was pretty fun. Like we chatted about like bikes and stuff, like because I biked there, and we were talking about my bike, and so like it's just like random connections there. Like you're not alone in a world of this many people, so it's like nobody wants to feel alone. And as much as people like can say like I want to be alone and leave me alone, whatever, people don't actually want to be alone. So there's a difference between loneliness and quality alone time. So make sure you get out there. Overall, I do believe that having quality people in your life does make the biggest difference because when you're looking for support for different things, like I have friends that are like friends through different things or like different phases of my life. And like my friends that are older than me, I'll ask them for advice on things. Friends that are younger than me, usually I'm going to them for like fun things, like because it's like they're probably more in the mood to do more crazy stuff usually. There's a difference too. Like, I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of adults I hang out with that are crazier than me and I love them. But like, like there's different like cases as to why I talk to each, and like that's per friend. Like I think every friend is good for something. Like I have a friend who she now lives in Chicago, and I'll talk to her all the time because I'm like, this is my girl. Like this is someone I trust very dearly. And then I have my friend who lives in DC, and she is a lovely person. I'll talk to her like because, like I just want to pick me up, and I'm like, you know what? I'll call her and she'll make me feel amazing. And my friend Maya, like I'll tell her, like the deepest darkest secrets about me, and then we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about her things that she's going through, and like it's just a feel good conversation every single time. Like you have friends for other reasons, like that's something that's pretty cool, but I do think it's amazing that I've been fortunate enough to make good friends in my life. And this is not trying to be a flex or anything. It's literally just the appreciation of people around me and how I've definitely through that last year, like I feel like I was like sorting through people and was like, I just like, do I feel good about these people? Like, do I need to be around these people? And like, it made such a big difference in my life because now I get to enjoy the fruits of that labor. I get to be around the people I love and the people that I was like, you know what? I really need to see these people more often. And guess what? I see these people more often. And like, I made those adjustments. It took, in total like 2 years to really like lock in about it. But I do think that like the people you're around matter so much. How you take care of yourself also matters, but the people you're around affects who you are in a day-to-day basis. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people that are good and people that make you feel good because there's nobody forcing you to be around negative people. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you are the sum total of the people you surround yourself with. So if that is bad or good, that's up to you, but you also have the power to be around people that make you feel good. And I know it's situational, like it could be coworkers, it could be people at your gym, like that you can't avoid and they're negative or something. Like just lower the amount you interact with them, and be around the people that you like to be around. It's your choice at the end of the day whether or not you want to be around good or bad people, but I highly suggest you be around people that support and love you. So that's my take on friendship and things like that. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love.